All right, in the next problem, we have segment XB, which is our median, and it's telling us that XA is 8. So since XA is the larger part of the segment, this means it is 2/3 of the entire line. So this means that AB is half of that, which is 4. Now XB, when you add together, makes this 12 units long. Now for the next part, if you would go ahead and label the pieces that you know. So it says that QM is 4x minus 2. So this is the segment here. And then the entire segment, QV, is 87. And since it's telling us that M is the centroid, you know that QV is a median of the triangle. So we need to use the formula 2/3 times 87, which is our whole segment, equals the larger piece, 4x minus 2. Now 2/3 times 87 is 58, equals 4x minus 2. And then to solve the equation, we just need to add 2 to both sides, gives us 60, equals 4x, and then x equals 12. Down here, I went ahead and listed the vocabulary for you for altitude and orthocenter. So now we're talking about an altitude. An altitude is a line drawn from the vertex of an angle to the opposite side, but it has to create a right angle, so it's perpendicular. So we're going to go ahead and label this altitude. It's a segment joining a vertex to the opposite side so that it is perpendicular to that side. So here we have 3 examples of triangles, all different types. All of these angles are acute. So when it is drawn inside of the triangle, and we label it A for altitude. But when you have an obtuse triangle, it's going to go on the outside of the triangle. So then this is the altitude here. And then on the right triangle, it's actually a leg of the triangle. So this right here is your altitude. When all altitudes are drawn in one triangle, it creates something called an orthocenter. The orthocenter in this case is point P. So we see we have 3 altitudes drawn. Down here, if you look at this picture, you have to decide now, is this segment RP an altitude or a median? And in this case, because it creates the right angle, it is an altitude. And then on the last one here, QT creates, this is a median because when it reaches this side of the triangle, it has 2 congruent segments on each side. So we know that this is a midpoint, making this a median.